I shouldn't be Mitch Connor, but here, I'm a stupid dumbass, and I need to go beat up someone in the street because it seems I need it. So much anger that nothing smart of efficient will come out of me. If we ever see any actual physical evidence of all three of these guys, the Kouachi brothers and Koulibaly, okay, I will shit my pants and I will go buy a webcam and hold up my shitty pants on the webcam to show the world. This guy, which one is this, Saeed or the other one? Saeed. He's given an unmarked grave, of course. Why wouldn't they do that? One of the brothers who launched a deadly attack against French satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo that never really happened has been buried in an unmarked grave. Saeed Kouachi was buried secretly late on Friday in the eastern city of Reims, where he had lived before the attack. The mayor of Reims, what country is this again? Anyway, the mayor of Reims said he had opposed the burial, fearing a grave could become a shrine, but had been forced to accept it by law. Okay, but he doesn't have to mark the grave? Yeah, the real truth is they don't want the body to ever be found. They don't want anybody to ever try to prove this, okay? All right, Maddie D for truth. One of my, I gotta zoom out, sorry. One of the people I subscribe to, okay, who got his start right about the same time I did. And let's find his channel here. This guy, okay? And somewhere down in his videos, I'm not going to take the time to search right now, maybe later, but he apparently went down to the, what was the guy's name who got choked out by the New York police recently? There was a big furor over, okay? He went down there, and I wish he would have recorded, like, the whole damn thing, okay? I think he's telling the truth, okay, but you know, you want to be able to prove what you're doing there, especially when you're doing it in such a cinema veritas sort of way. Okay, he at least claims that he could not find the guy's headstone. Okay, like I said, I wish he would have filmed the whole thing. Probably a difficult thing to do. And Maddie D, if you watch this, I'd love it if you go back down there since you live near there and actually, you know, find a way to film the whole thing and like show every single gravestone in there just to prove your point. You know, I mean, it probably won't get many views, you know, because it'll probably be boring as hell. Because it's like, oh, another gravestone. Oh, another gravestone. Oh, another gravestone. You know. Kind of like watching Red Silver J's breakdown of the dash cams at Sandy Hook, you know, where it's like, I sat through that, man, but that was boring as fuck. It was cool that he put on some music. It's just like, yep, this is going to be boring. I'm going to put on some music. So anyway, on with the article. Bullshit. On 9th of January, 2 days after attacking the magazine, Saeed Kouachi and his younger brother Sharif were killed by police in an industrial estate north of Paris. It looked more like a friggin' warehouse to me, but I guess you call that an estate. An industrial warehouse, sorry. That's what I think it is. Maybe that's what they call it in France. I don't know. Sharif is expected to be buried in his hometown of Gennevilliers outside Paris. So, wait. Did I read that? Am I missing? Okay, one's being buried in his hometown. One's being buried where he used to live. Okay, why wouldn't they both be buried in their hometown? They're freaking brothers. That doesn't really make sense. Are they gonna mark his grave? There's been no announcement on plans for burying Amity Koulibaly, who killed 4 people at Jewish. I don't believe that either. Show me his fucking face that he was in there, you motherfuckers. Risk of disturbance. Earlier in the week, Reims mayor said he would categorically refuse a family request for Saeed Kouachi to be buried in the city. He said he did not want a tomb that could become a shrine for people to gather around or a pilgrimage site for fanatics. But on Saturday, he said he had been forced by the government to accept the burial. He was buried last night in the most discreet, anonymous way possible. But Mayor, why don't you want to make it a public burial so people can come and throw fucking shit on him? If he's a real fucking terrorist, right? The city said in a statement, given the risk of disturbance of the peace and in order to quickly turn the page of this tragic episode, it was decided to do the burial quickly. No, let him throw shit on him. A lawyer for Saeed Kouachi's widow said she has not attended the burial for fear that journalists would follow her and the location of the grave would be discovered. No, for fear that journalists would follow her. Okay, if this were real, they would be tracking her down and trying to interview her. Okay, and at very least they would be reporting, that no, she doesn't want to do interviews. They'd be trying to fucking pay her. Okay. Why the fuck wouldn't they want a fucking interview with her? She's the widow of the fucking shooter. What can you tell us about him? I mean, come on. And they'd want to pull some shit like, was he abusive? Did he ever hit you? Did he ever rape you? I mean, wouldn't that be a great way to really demonize the whole Islam thing? Not that I'm in support of Islam. I'm in support of the law that is written on the hearts of the human race, that is God's. But, yeah, I've said it before, Islam is not an Abrahamic religion. It claims to be, but it is that is a fallacy. And it's a very easy fallacy to figure out. Nonetheless, touring a market in Tulle on Saturday, French President François Hollande said the nation had come through the ordeal with a great deal of dignity and efficiency. Same friggin' prepackaged bullshit that they all fucking say. We are, of course, aware that there are still threats, but life has to go on, and we need to even emerge stronger. That's the best response we can give. It sounds just like George W. Bush nearly 15 years ago. If I were a maker of the high-quality vids, I'd bring you the clip of George Bush saying that, okay? Same bullshit rhetoric every friggin' time, okay? Same bullshit. Almost 50,000 extra police and troops have been mobilized to boost security across France since the attacks. Wasn't it originally 10,000? I swore it was originally 10,000, so that's a lot. Soldiers have been also sent out onto the streets in neighboring Belgium, where officials said they had foiled a possible attack against the police when they shot dead two suspects on Thursday in the eastern city of Verviers. Some 150 soldiers were deployed in Brussels and Antwerp on Saturday, a number that is expected to double over the coming week. Meanwhile, there have been protests in several countries against a cartoon in this week's edition of Hebdo depicting the Prophet Muhammad. Probably going to mean follow-up terrorist attacks, right? Even though I was seeing interviews where people on the street in France, and they're just like, that's just offensive. They didn't say anything about, like, I'm going to fuck them up. It's just, why are they doing this? That's offensive to our religion. So, yeah, their religion apparently does believe in not publishing images of him. Funny enough, that is actually something that rings true in Christianity, though. I can't give you the verse right now, the chapter verse book in the Bible, but yeah, it's implied anyway. I can't remember. I'm not going to look it up right now, and I don't care, because whether I'm right or wrong on that statement, it really doesn't matter. It does say, though, for sure, that, the false image of Christ and all. Yeah, anyway, in Niger, churches were set on fire in the capital city a day after at least 4 people were killed in the second city of Zinder. 7 million copies of the edition are being printed in view of extraordinary demand, distributors announced on Saturday. The magazine's print run before the attacks was 60,000. I thought it was 50,000, but so it was originally sold 3 million, and then they printed 2 more. So apparently, that's going to be 2 million more upon that. All About Perception, I'm pretty sure it was, made a pretty good video on that. And the printing of the magazine. Yeah, there's their payoff. They're making a shit ton of money. And I think that was Maddie D, who showed. Where is it here? Showed how they. I'm pretty sure it's this video here, where they showed, or he showed, that almost $10,000 on eBay, some of these issues were being sold for. Okay, that is a lot of money for a stupid friggin' provocative. And when I say provocative, let me, just in case you don't get the meaning of that word, to provoke. Okay. Though if I remember right, it was like was it hours before this attack happened that they published a depiction of Muhammad. I might have that wrong. I'm doing that off of memory, so pardon me if I'm wrong. Maybe it was like the day before, but that doesn't seem enough time to provoke a reaction. It's like that's a pretty instantaneous reaction if that's the case, right? I don't know, I have so much information here. I mean, for fuck's sake. Like, all these articles are, I've saved, and I've got a bunch of downloaded videos, from the news, from other people making videos on this. I'm trying not to cover the same thing that they do. I'll link to it if I think it's, I'll make a video basically citing them and linking to them and saying, hey, go watch their video, because they did a good job. Like Lesta, who did an awesome job with the showing that they're friggin' crisis actors. And that reminds me, because I got to do more on this. And I just remembered, Lesta, I gotta find your little link there that you left me, because, oh man, that was a good link. German dubbed coverage of the press conference that I covered a few videos earlier. And in this German dubbed press conference, there was evidence of Palou being a handler and all of Luz, the editor. I'm sorry. I'm not speaking the greatest right now, but my mind is overloaded after like a week and a half of researching this. Okay, so pardon me for that. So I'm gonna make another video on this press conference once I find the link here. Thanks for watching, and fuck shit ass bitch cunt.